It works every time for that hand and ring shot. We can do the groom, the bride, the groom and his mother, the men. Look at these portraits. I just take one like this and move in on it again. So what I'm doing is I set it up one time, and I'm creating all kinds of beautiful images just from working around the pictures like that. I love this picture in black and white. Look at that. That'll be in a silver frame in the bride's mother's home, I guarantee it. Probably in the bride's home as well. It's a beautiful portrait like that. Now I'm putting the boutonnieres on because I've got to get them ready for the group shots. We get them under the canopy, and look at that lighting. It's a bright sunny day, but it is windy out there. I just would love to be outside, but I had to work inside. But I love this three-dimensional lighting. Let me show you how I did it. I brought the picture down in black and white and darkened the corners, and I like it even more. So here's the family, the bride and groom and the three parents. Now we do the bride's family. The grandmother showed up late. That's okay. I'll work her into this family group. But you know what? I'm not done with the grandmother. She's so important, I'm going to get her back under my lights in a few minutes. So here's the setup. I'm working, pulling these images together, and I'm making these family groups fast and fun. The women in the front, the men in the back. All the girls. Add the guys. Where are the lights coming from? Here's the lights right here. I've got one light in the upper left-hand corner, another light in the right-hand corner, and two on camera. It's actually an on-camera light and a camera right next to me. That creates this great double lighting from the front. This works out wonderful. And look at me with my hands in the air. I'm trying to get their attention. I'm working fast. I'm trying to make this really energetic and fun and fast. And that's how this picture happened. And I love it. The lighting is perfect. 3 Q flashes surrounding the room and one on camera. 4 Q flashes made the portrait. That's the way I'm working. Here they are. One on the left, one on the right. We've got one on camera and one near my camera. We have them surrounded, but they're all balanced beautifully at f8. My shutter speed is really high, so we can darken the windows. The windows are so bright, so I'm probably shooting a 250th at f8. Now we took the grandmother back in the room and did her portrait with her 4 grandchildren. It's going to be a treasure. And here's her portrait alone. See, if you just stand her on the end of the group and leave it at that, who's going to want that picture? Why would the grandmother want a little album, or why would the mother want an album? But if you're doing pictures like this, these pictures are going to increase your sales for parent albums and for portraits and frames. Now I'm trying to get the group outside. Anything I can do to get them outside. And you know what? It was so windy. There it is. The veil is blowing up. So we threw the veil over their heads, and look at this black and white. I love it. It works. But I tried to cheat them out to the golf course, and we got a beautiful infrared photograph. But the further out we got, the windier it got. I could see the wind was blowing everywhere. Dustin was involved, Calvin was involved, and that's a key for me. I could never do this alone. I always have great photojournalists working alongside of me. So as we got closer to the golf course, the winds kicked up, and I could tell she wasn't happy. She was worried, and you could see it in her face, fear. It wasn't like happy, like I felt great, but there it is. Look at her. She's like, this is not working for me. And that's the mark of a pro. I turned around, picked her up, and brought her right back inside, but we got the images, and she was happy. Now we're getting ready for the ceremonial part of the wedding, and I wasn't happy with the color of my camera. So I switched it over, the 85-1.2, to black and white. Now I'm just shooting black and white raw files, which means I can change them back to color, but I love the black and white. And that's what's happening. We're signing a marriage license, and we're going all natural light. Maybe a little 580 flash bounced in the corner. One group shot, and now we're getting ready for the ceremony. But I love these moments. They're real, they're true, they're journalistic, they're faces. They set this up, and I jumped up on a chair and took the photograph. I love it. Now the aisle. Look in the upper left. There's a flash that's going to illuminate the aisle. That means as everybody walks down, we're illuminating the people from the back. I love a light coming from behind. Anytime a light comes from behind, it's beautiful. Now for the ceremony itself, there's no flash. I use all available light, and I balance it with the light that's there. And this is a mixture of daylight and tungsten. So we have to be aware of that, and we have to put our camera on K and adjust it just where we want it, usually around 4,800 Kelvin. I jumped up on stage, and I was able to get faces like this. Just kind of work my way around the back, the mothers, the faces, the rings, the kiss. And here they are back up the aisle, double lighting. I love it. And around the corner, Calvin got this. And here's Dustin coming up the back with a flash that he can illuminate the veil with. We kind of got it a little too bright here, but you know what? In our next DVD, How to Photoshop Everyone, you'll see how I darken that veil. But these are great images. I love it with the light coming from behind. Now we're at the party, into the ceremony room, and look how orange this picture is. I've got the wrong white balance. I have to go to tungsten light, and on my flashes, I cover them with orange gels. Those orange gels turn into tungsten lights. Now I've got flashes that will work the room beautifully. In fact, here we are, right here. There's lights. Dustin's holding one. I've got one on my camera and one just off camera with an orange gel. And that's going to give me the perfect lighting to balance with the room for all the details. Calvin's out in the cocktail room getting faces. And Calvin's a true pro. He misses nothing. He goes through the room and makes sure everybody gets a picture. Hey, there was a family group that showed up late. The extended family. Let's put them together in the hallway. Tripod, 2 lights, long exposure. Don't miss these pictures. They're big sellers. Into dinner, let's have fun. Faces, laughing. That's what it's all about, having a good time. And look at the double lighting. I've got a light off to the left corner. You can see it right there. That light is really brightening the room up. I'll crop it out in the final. But there's Calvin right there in the back with a flash on camera, and look at his results. Calvin does not get anything nearly what I'm getting with my triple lighting. But you know what? Calvin gets great content. We mix in a dozen of his pictures with 30 or 40 of mine, and man, we are rolling. There's Calvin on the job. Flash on camera with a Gary Fong, what do you call that? A Fong Bong. They give him nice, even illumination. The parties get big, they get fun, but I'm going for the faces. I want to see how everybody looks. I want to bring the women out in the front and the men in the back. Here's the father at the mic. Double lighting. Let's talk about double lighting again. This is flash on camera, and there's 2 lights. Look at the difference. The double lighting. Look at the profile of the bride. Isn't that wonderful? That's what I'm going for, is the double light. The big room shots. What I'm doing is I'm getting up high. I'm putting the camera on either a ladder or the stage, and I'm showing the entire room with a 14 millimeter lens. When they go up on the chairs, there's flash on camera, and there's double lighting. I think the double lighting is what I'm going to stay with. It looks so three-dimensional. The 14 is fantastic. The faces. Oh, let me show you this. The lights, my room lights, are right into my pictures. I got handcuffed. I couldn't turn the whole group around, so what I did is I just lowered my camera down and hid my lights behind the people. Quick trick to hide those lights, so we didn't have to take them out in Photoshop. So here's double lighting for the cake cutting. What a beautiful portrait of, it is a portrait, but I did it fast and fun, and it wasn't set up. It was just so quick and easy. They didn't even know what happened. The speeches, the father-daughter dance, the toast. Here we go. We're just having a good time. But you'll notice faces in all my pictures, and you'll notice fun, and feelings are all there. More drinking, more partying, more fun. That's what the people want to see. They want to see the excitement of the wedding. We're showing them everything. If you look at one of my weddings, you're going to see it all. You're going to see portraits, groups, candids, fun, journalism, and a wave goodbye. And a wave goodbye to Canon, because at the end of the night I have to inventory all my equipment because we leave it all over the hotel and the country club. We've got to get it all back in the bag and take home what we took to the wedding. All right, let's keep moving. What a day for infrared. Look over here, Danny. Look at this. I'm going to take a picture of that scene, and look at this shot. Wow. Okay, there's the film. Let's shoot a little digital. Look at each other. Touch your noses together, nose to nose. Laughing, laughing, laughing. Yes. The film is gorgeous. But so is the digital. So we're going to mix it up. We're going to shoot some digital, which is awesome, and a little bit of film, and let's see the difference. Okay, we're going to use flash off camera, infrared. We're in the dark, shooting to the light. They're on the bridge. Move this way a little bit. Move this way, please. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Now look at each other. Flash is going to be about F8. You got it nice and strong? That's beautiful. Here we go. Infrared under the tree. That's just gorgeous. Right there. Wow. Let's go out in the yard. Look at these clouds. Wow. I've got the 14 on the infrared, the free wire. Frank, come on in here. Show us the flash. What you got here?
Here we go.
Nice, strong flash.
I want a TD5.
I want a lot of flash.
We're about 150 watts on them.
Let's do it. Wow, is that gorgeous? Now lean her back a little more. Wow, you know, the infrared is so special. It just creates art. The key to using infrared is work on a sunny day. This is a picture under flash. This is a sunny sunrise in Paris. The deal is sun, bright sun. This is a flash on the beach. Here's another flash on a cloudy day. The clouds are great, but the infrared always adds a special level to my coverage, something really unique, dramatic, and the people love it. Let's look at a few more of my favorite infrared pictures. This is the hardest part of the wedding. It's like the Keystone Cops have arrived. Everyone's rushing. Everyone's moving. We're trying to get all these pictures in a short amount of time. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, stop. Let's slow down. Let's get a plan. Let's work our plan. The first thing is let's have fun. Let the couple walk out in the sunlight so that we can all photograph them from different angles. We usually have 2 or 3 cameras going. The color, the black and white, the infrared. And we've got to mix it up. And we've got to make this an enjoyable time for everybody. But we have to have a plan. The plan is to knock out the pictures. The bridesmaids, the men, the whole wedding party, the families. The key is a little flash to the left of camera. Simple background. Here I seat the groom and put all the girls around him. It works every time. Then I might seat the bride and put the men around the bride. How about this? The women in the front, the men in the back for the bride and groom and the 4 parents. Very important picture. We do that at every wedding. And then these armchair groups have always worked. Even, you know, something as formal as this looks so nice at a wedding. Seating the guys on the chairs and on the arm. For the big groups, it's equal spacing. Look how I get in there and rough the whole group in real fast. Now I've got them spaced out. I jump behind my camera and I refine the picture with my eye on the camera. Hey, let's go in and look at an album. That'll pull this all together. Amanda and Aaron. Nice picture to start off the album. And this was made in the middle of the book. You'll see this coming up. But these are the portraits, and they're using our spider lights. Nice lighting, loop shadows. Their bodies are back to front. It's a great opening. But what I want you to know is that we're creating vignettes of every little part of the wedding. We're there early getting the dress hanging. We're getting the girls getting ready. We're getting the champagne. All the moments, the bride and her mother and her father hugging the first time they see each other. These are the story pictures. The album is unfolding beautifully. This is what people want. They want to see everything that happened, and we're giving it to them. We're giving it to them in a beautiful design, too. It's not cluttered. It's easy to look at. Now look at this page. I love it. Black and whites. It's not gone. In fact, it's coming back. Great black and white photography. All the little moments from the side. You can see these are photojournalistic images of my portraits, and they love them. So now, as the wedding day is unfolding, I start pulling together the moment, the first time the bride and groom see each other. And there it is, dead center in the Peacock Alley at the Willard Hotel. I love that image. And then we take them outside real quick to get these images. Just at the last minute of the day, we ran out and got the picture of the Capitol with the cobalt blue sky behind them. These are fun pictures, and they marched right up Pennsylvania, and I marched them right back into the hotel and made family portraits, because this is what sells. And I'm not doing it for the sales. I honestly am doing it for the people. They loved these pictures. Groups of 3, just like we've showed you in this video. Inverted pyramid with the brothers. How about the groom and his mother and his father and the 3 of them together? Quick, fun, nice backgrounds, great lighting. We're actually looking at the book that belongs to these parents. The parents of the groom got a big album, yes, and the parents of the bride. Double volume for the parents of the bride. And the bride and groom, of course, double volume. You know, that makes 6 albums, maybe with the grandmother's album. So we're selling pictures to everybody. Why? Because we're taking the time to make pictures of everybody that's important. The brothers, the sisters, the cousins. These are the pictures that people want. The family groups done with great care. Women in the front, men in the back. And they're done quickly. And then we get over to the reception site, to the ceremony. Here we go. We march up into the Mellon Auditorium and we do a few more pictures. I love these moments. Over on the left, the backlight behind the bride's veil just sets these images off beautifully. And then on the right, I brought them forward so we could see the couple. And the background was just that, the background. Big family groups, big wedding party groups, done quickly but with great care. Now we're in the ceremony signing the ketubah, the marriage license, and we're getting faces and journalistic images mixed together. Now we're keeping it all journalistic from here forward. Going down the aisle, they don't even know we're there. Here's the bride and her father coming right down the middle. I love it. But notice the light through the veil. That's our light. That's our double light technique with the quantum flashes. And then I remember taking some of these pictures handheld with the new high ISO cameras. I know that these pictures were handheld on the right. All of these pictures could have never been done this well until Canon came out with the 10,000 ISO features. It's amazing how we can capture weddings in a whole new light with high ISO capabilities. And the kiss back up the aisle and these congratulatory moments. Monty used to tell me these are the huggy kisses, and we always try to get the bride with her new mother, the bride with his father, the bride with his new mother, new father, the whole group together. These really cement the album together. Lots of room decor. These are done on tripod with long exposures and like f/16 to keep the depth of field in. And the cocktail hour, faces, fun, people. You're not going to see the back of the heads. You're going to see the faces. You're going to see real moments. The first dance, all the dancing, candids, the speeches. Not only the speeches, but the action and the reaction. How people look back at what's happening. The big moments. The 14 millimeter on the camera makes an incredible statement. Look at the picture on the left. The 5D Mark II is full frame. 14 millimeter, you see all 300 people in one room. But we're putting our lights up around the room to illuminate these dance floors. There's no way you're going to get this type of coverage without 2 or 3 lights up in the room. Q flashes, quantum going all night. And that's really the way it all comes together for us. We're creating parent albums, grandparent albums, double volumes for the bride and groom, but it's because we're capturing the pictures that they want to buy.